Welcome to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, founder of the Reiki Business Collective and creator of the Build Your Reiki Business program, sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Greetings, welcome, and thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing. Of course, as always, honored and excited to have you here. So thank you. In this week's episode, we're talking about the challenges with starting a Reiki business, the kinds of questions that you might have if you are considering starting your own Reiki business. And I'm excited to address these questions because I'm also excited to announce that the Build Your Reiki Business program is now available for enrollment. And what that means is that right now you can indeed go to standingstoneshealing.com/build and enroll in the Build Your Reiki Business program and start building your Reiki business right now. So I'm so honored and excited to offer this program to help Reiki practitioners who are starting their Reiki business. You know, when we start a Reiki business, we have all kinds of questions and all kinds of challenges. And some of those challenges are actually unique to starting a Reiki business. You know, there are challenges anytime we want to start any kind of business. So starting any kind of business indeed has challenges. But starting a Reiki business has its own unique set of challenges. And so we're going to talk about some of those challenges today. Some of those challenges are going to be things like, is Reiki even something that people will buy? And so you might be thinking about starting a Reiki business and you're asking yourself, you know, this Reiki thing, is that something that people are even going to pay for? Like, are people going to pay for Reiki really? Well, I'm here to tell you that yes, really. People do pay for Reiki and people are interested in paying for Reiki. And this, I think, question really comes from the fact that Reiki is newer. Now, someone out there listening is going to say, no, Christian, Reiki is not new. Reiki has been around since, of course, Usui brought us Reiki in the 1920s. Yes, of course, okay. And then someone else is saying, well, no, actually, Reiki is older than Usui, and Usui didn't found Reiki. He just created his own Usui Reiki method. Yes, okay, yes, that's true too. And what I mean is that we have to admit that not as many people know about Reiki as they might know about other modalities like yoga, for instance. And so that is a challenge that is unique to Reiki in terms of Reiki business and starting a Reiki business, that is unique to Reiki business that you won't find with other kinds of business. You know, if you want to start, for instance, a exercise studio, everyone knows what exercise is. A gym, you know, where there are a bunch of weights. Well, everyone knows what weightlifting is. No one has to explain exactly what weightlifting is. So that's a real challenge when we're starting our Reiki business. Now, of course, in the Build Your Reiki Business program, there is a whole lesson about talking about Reiki and a whole lesson about ways to approach that fact and to be able to talk about Reiki with potential clients, people who are just hearing about it for the first time. So there's definitely support in that program for that because, of course, this is a challenge that's unique to a Reiki business. Another challenge that is unique to Reiki business is insurance, and considering what kinds of insurance we might need for our Reiki business. And so, if you're considering a Reiki business and you're asking yourself the question, well, what kind of insurance do I even choose? Like, what kind of insurance do you even use for Reiki? That's a great question. I know for me, it was one that I had when I was starting out my own Reiki business. And I know that this is a question that comes up frequently about starting a Reiki business is this big idea of insurance. Now, I don't know about you, but when I started my Reiki business, I had no idea what business insurance was. I had no idea what kind of insurance you might use for a Reiki business. And not only a Reiki business, but just any business, period. Like the only kind of insurance I'd ever purchased was renter's insurance, car insurance, and my homeowner's insurance. Like I hadn't ever bought any other kind of insurance and even knew what insurance was all about when it came to not only a Reiki business, but business, period. And so there is a whole module in the Build Your Reiki Business program, a whole section of module number 5, actually, on client relations, all about Reiki insurance. So, all about answering those questions. What kinds of insurance do I need for my Reiki business? How do I shop for insurance? How do I compare Reiki Business Insurance? I break it all down for you in that program. As a matter of fact, I really break it down for you in that program. That program is honestly all you need in order to determine what kind of Reiki Business Insurance, if any, of course, I even talk about that too in the program, is right for your Reiki business. And so it takes all of the guesswork out of it for you, all of the trying to figure out what kind of insurance to purchase, where to purchase it. All of that is offered in the program. You may also have questions about things like taxes and money. Now, this was a huge question for me when I was starting my Reiki business. And I was actually nervous about taxes and how that all worked. And as a matter of fact, I kind of put off some Reiki business things because I was worried about taxes, because I was nervous about trying to figure that all out. You know, let's be real, IRS stuff can be kind of scary. There's a lot of information, a mountain of information. It's confusing, and you're worried that if you mess it up, you're going to go to jail. Can I get an amen on that? Because that was me, where I was completely nervous to learn about it, unsure about what I might find out and of messing it up. I got to a point with my Reiki business activity where I was like, I gotta get this stuff figured out, because if I don't, I will go to jail. Honestly, no, probably not. But it is the kind of thing where we are really nervous and worried about taxes and how that works for our Reiki business. Well, the good news is in the Build Your Reiki Business program, that too is all broken down for you. And so it is completely explained what taxes are with a business, how it all works on the back end. If you're working with a bookkeeper or accountant or tax preparer, it explains what they are doing when they're doing your taxes. You know, they're not waving some magic wand. And when they are doing your taxes, all of the information that they're using to do your taxes, to prepare your taxes, is from you. So all of the information that they use comes from you. And so, one way or another, you as a Reiki business owner need to know all of the tax stuff, or at least the basics, in order to be able to provide the correct, accurate information to your accountant, tax preparer, bookkeeper, so that they can do your business taxes accurately. In the program, all of it is explained. And so you understand what it means to have a business expense, how to catalog that accurately and correctly, how to categorize your expenses to make taxes easy or at least less of a headache for you and for your accountant. Your accountant will absolutely love you. When you take this program and you learn all of the ways to catalog your expenses and to understand how taxes work, your accountant is going to love you. And so this program really walks you through it step by step. Everything from filing your federal tax forms. It goes through the old school tax forms. Now, of course, most people do not use tax forms these days to do their taxes, and they use an accountant, bookkeeper, preparer, or tax software. But I show you what the forms look like to really break it down for you in black and white so that you understand exactly where all of the stuff is coming from that your accountant spits out or the tax software spits out, so that you just understand what is happening on the back end. Believe me, that makes you a better Reiki business owner in terms of the accuracy of your books and in terms of being proactive in keeping them clean and neat and easy to understand. And so it definitely helps you to cut out all of the messiness of the books. So that is a big question and actually a big thing that holds people back from starting a Reiki business. You know, I've heard before, Christian, I want to start a Reiki business, but I'm actually really nervous about the tax stuff. I'm actually really nervous about how that all works, and I'm nervous about messing that up and going to jail. And so with the Build Your Reiki Business program, you don't have to worry about messing it up. You don't have to worry about figuring out how it all works. I show it to you. Now, I'm not going to say you don't have to worry about going to jail, not going to jail, going to jail, because I can't make that guarantee. There are plenty of ways that you might go to jail. And I can't make a guarantee that through the Build Your Reiki Business program, you're never going to go to jail. But really and truly, you are going to completely understand how taxes work, and that is no longer going to be a fear for you. And so there you have it, the fear of taxes completely busted down for you in the Build Your Reiki Business program. This program also helps you with questions like, how do I start accepting money? You know, we might want to start a Reiki business, but we're saying, well, how do I even start accepting money? Like, how do I even set it up to accept payments? You know, I'd love to start a Reiki business. I'd love to accept money, but I don't even know how to do that. Yeah, that is a good question. That was a question that I had too when I was expanding my Reiki business. Because, of course, we can accept cash payments for our Reiki business. We can accept checks. We can accept all kinds of ways of accepting payment that we do in our own personal lives. But if you want to really help people with Reiki, if you want to expand your business past accepting cash, yes, indeed, you're going to need and want to know about processing payments online and how that all works. And so in the program, I do break that down for you as well. I explain what happens with payment processors, how to set them up, how much of a cut they typically take, and ways that you can accept payments without actually even setting up with payment processors as well. So that part of module number 5 on client relations with payment processors is going to help you to get yourself set up to be able to accept payments, which is pretty important to a Reiki business. Also in Module 5 on client relations is intake forms. This is a big question that comes up again and again and again. How do I create an intake form? What do I put on an intake form? Now, there are, of course, indeed, sample intake forms out there for free. So you can Google Reiki Business, Reiki intake form, and you can get some sample business forms. But why is that information on the form in the first place? Do you need that information? What kind of information do you need in your Reiki business? I go through all of it with you. So I explain what you can and may want to put on your intake form for your Reiki business, whether or not you even want or need an intake form for your Reiki business. Yep, you might not even need or want one, and I explain why you may or may not want one, what to put on your intake form if you want one, and some really important things that you really want to have on your intake form if you have an intake form. So I break it all down for you with intake forms in module number 5. I get a lot of questions too about websites. And this is a question that comes up frequently with Reiki practitioners who are considering starting a Reiki business, or even Reiki practitioners who have already started their Reiki business and they don't have a website. Questions about how do I create a website in the first place? Now, for me, when I went to create my Reiki business website, I had no clue how to create a website. I had no clue about what went into creating a website. I had never created a website before. Now, I had done some website maintenance here and there in past jobs. I didn't like it, but it was part of my job and I did it. But I had no clue how to create a website from scratch. That was all brand new territory for me. And this is oftentimes brand new territory for a lot of new Reiki business owners. And so that too, I explain for you in detail in the Build Your Reiki Business program. So everything from purchasing a domain to what is web hosting, to what kind of web builder to use, to the things you want to put on your website, and even website hacks. So if you don't want to create a website, I give you some things that you can do instead. So there is a lot of information in there about starting a website, creating one, maintaining it, and what to put on it for the best benefit of your Reiki business. So websites, the question of websites, no longer a question with the Build Your Reiki Business program. Not only is there a whole section, multiple lessons in Module 6 on marketing about websites, but there's also a bonus about websites too, the website walkthrough, in which I show you how to make your Reiki business website work for you. So what to put on your website, how to structure it, the reasons why you might want to include certain things on your website in order to maximize your website. And so that is all for you in the Build Your Reiki Business program as well. You know, speaking of those bonuses in the Build Your Reiki Business program, website walkthrough is just one of the bonuses. There are 2 others, and this is in addition to the whole 20-hour program full of content on all kinds of Reiki business topics, including all of the ones I mentioned before, all of the questions that you might have, and more, including questions that you don't even know to ask. But those bonuses answer questions like, what kind of content do I create for my Reiki business? I know I'm supposed to be posting. I know I'm supposed to be putting stuff out there online on social media, but what do I even post? What do I even create? Yes, all of those questions are answered for you in the bonus Be a Content Boss workshop. So all of that is broken down for you and explained, including the best kinds of content to create for the long term for your Reiki business. So all of those content creation questions are answered in the Be a Content Boss workshop. They're also touched upon, indeed, for sure, in module number 6 on marketing. And also in the program, the third bonus, Social Media Secrets. Now, module number 6 for marketing really talks about social media practices, all kinds of great social media information. As a matter of fact, I had an audit done by the University of Pittsburgh on my social media platforms. And I had this audit done in part to share the results with you, and in part, of course, to help you with your Reiki business social media. And so I share with you all of the secrets that the University of Pittsburgh shared with me, all included in the program in both module number 6 and more secrets in the Social Media Secrets bonus in the program as well. And so all of that is included too. Now, this is a lot of stuff, right? A lot of those questions and challenges that we have when starting a Reiki business, insurance and taxes, websites, intake forms, talking about Reiki, all of it, marketing, in-person marketing, online marketing, all of those questions, those concerns, those fears, those doubts about learning all of this stuff that we have when we set out to start a Reiki business or consider starting a Reiki business, all of them are answered in the Build Your Reiki Business program. And they're not just answered in a superfluous, shallow, here's the answer kind of way. Oh no. They are in-depth answers, nuanced answers, with plenty of information to help you build your own Reiki business. The Build Your Reiki Business program really does cut through the confusion. It clarifies the process of owning, starting, and maintaining a Reiki business. And it gives Reiki practitioners the tools they need to start their own Reiki business. And so with more than 23 hours of Reiki business content on all kinds of Reiki business topics, all of the big ones are covered for sure. The course is housed on Thinkific. It is one of the top course platforms, and it is easy to navigate, piece of cake to go through. You can speed me up if my talking is too slow for you. Yes, you can increase my speed. I've included closed captions for you if you prefer to learn with closed captions. And there are discussion forums built into each and every single lesson in the program. And that means you can ask a question directly in the lesson on that particular lesson for the whole program. And so you are getting support as well as you move through the course and as you build your own Reiki business. I also want to mention that the program has lifetime access. And so as soon as you enroll in the Build Your Reiki Business program, you got it for life. You know, building a Reiki business takes time, and our Reiki business journey unfolds in its own time. And so what that means is that we all build our Reiki business at a different pace. And so that means there's no pressure for you to get through the course material in a month. No way. There's no pressure to keep up with classmates and feeling overwhelmed and feeling like you're not good enough because life gets in the way sometimes. No way. You are able to move through this program at your own pace with support all the way and lifetime access. That's pretty incredible. What's also incredible is that this Build Your Reiki Business program, this unique, comprehensive program, it is the most comprehensive Reiki business program available anywhere, period. I'm going to say that again. The Build Your Reiki Business program is the most comprehensive Reiki business program available anywhere. It is the most comprehensive Reiki business program available in the world. That's pretty powerful. And you can get in on that program and start building your own Reiki business right now. As in N-O-W now, no waiting now. Now you may be thinking, wow, Christian, that's pretty incredible. You're answering all of my questions that I have when I'm thinking about starting a Reiki business. You're answering questions that I don't even know that I have, things that I don't even know that are important for me to know. You're telling me, wow, Christian, you're offering more than 20 hours of content. You are offering 3 powerful bonuses. You are offering support in the form of those discussion forums on one of the best learning platforms available. Christian, what's the catch? Like, what's the catch here, buddy? How much does this cost? It's got to be thousands of dollars, right? This is another high-ticket program, isn't it, Christian? Where you're going to charge like $4,000, right? $5,000, $10,000. No way. No way. It's going to blow you away to learn that this program, the Build Your Reiki Business program, is not $2,000. It is not $1,000. The Build Your Reiki Business program is not even $500. The Build Your Reiki Business program is right now available at a special introductory price of only $333. $333 to learn all you need to know about starting and building your own Reiki business. $333 to get started on your dream. I have busted down all of the walls in this program. I've clarified the process. I have given Reiki practitioners the tools that they need to start their own Reiki business. And I'm busting down the money barrier for you too. I'm busting down the price tag so you can start the Reiki business of your dreams. I'm knocking down that wall so you can start your own Reiki business, so you can bring the power of Reiki to others. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about helping the world with Reiki. We can do this. We can change the world with the power of Reiki. And you can be part of that movement. Start building now. only $333 for a wealth of Reiki business information, learning, empowerment, and encouragement. Now, this program is geared towards Reiki practitioners who are interested in starting a Reiki business, who are brand new to Reiki business. But the truth is that there is so much information, empowerment, and encouragement in this program that established Reiki business owners are going to learn from it too. And so if you're like, well, I've been in business for a year, I don't really need this program, you too can benefit from the Build Your Reiki Business program. As a matter of fact, those 3 bonuses, Be a Content Boss, Website Walkthrough, and Social Media Secrets, are worth more than the cost of the whole program itself. Those 3 bonuses are worth more than $333. And so I want to encourage you to check out standingstoneshealing.com/build, where you can learn all about the program, see exactly what it includes, and check out on the Thinkific course page to start building right away. To start building right away. It's incredible. It's empowering. It's an honor to bring it to you and to the Reiki community. And so I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your challenges about starting a Reiki business. Thank you for your hesitancies, your doubts, and uncertainties, because these are all answered for you in the Build Your Reiki Business program. You're not alone with your doubts and questions and uncertainties. That's why there's a whole program about it. So I'm sending lots of blessings to all of your questions about taxes, insurance, talking about Reiki, marketing, in-person marketing, online marketing, email. It's all there for you in the Build Your Reiki Business program. So will you join me? It's time to stop putting your Reiki business dreams on hold. It's time to build. Sending blessings and best wishes to the building of your Reiki business. Thanks for tuning in to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and send to a friend. Learn more about the Build Your Reiki Business program at standingstoneshealing.com/build. Sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business.